The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School basketball is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, and Mercy One. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic basketball on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a rematch from a game that was held about a month ago. These two teams hooked up in a CIML contest, and it was Waukee defeating Dowling Catholic 75-50 back on January 4th, that first Monday after the new year. So the two teams did not meet a second time, although they're in the same division of the CIML. They do meet today, and we're going to bring it to you here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Both teams are out in the court right now. Morning game. This is the first of several quarterfinal games here in the first round today. It'll be Class 5A, followed by Class 3A later on tonight. The winner of the Waukee Dowling Catholic girls game this morning will meet the winner of the second game today between Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial. And that first semifinal will be on Thursday at 10 o'clock here at Wells Fargo Arena. In the bottom bracket, Johnston, the number 2 seed in the tournament, they take on Cedar Falls this afternoon at 1 o'clock. And the winner of that game will meet the winner of Waterloo West and Iowa City West. Waterloo West, the 3rd seeded team. Iowa City West, the 6th seeded team. And they'll meet in the semifinal at noon on Thursday. And, of course, the winners on Thursday in the semis will play in the championship game Friday night at 7 o'clock here at Wells Fargo Arena, with Johnson being the defending champs. Matter of fact, they knocked off the Waukee Warriors last year in the championship game 79-65, the finals. It was Johnson defeating Waukee a year ago, and both those teams are back here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Well, what a run it's been for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons coming off an exciting win, a 44-42 win over Cedar Rapids, Washington, 8th-ranked Cedar Rapids, Washington, on their home court last Tuesday night in the game we brought you here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And the Maroons now come in winning 8 of their last 12 games. The Maroons are 2-6 against top 10 teams out of the 5A schools, and they come in with a record of 11-6. Where the Waukee Warriors, they've been shut down a little bit this year with COVID. They've only played 11 games. This will only be their 12th game of the season. Their record 10-1. Their only loss was to Johnston. Those two teams split this year as they played each other twice. As a matter of fact, Waukee's only losses in the last 20-some games has been twice to Johnston. Once last year in the state championship game, and once earlier this year during regular season games. So what a run it's been for the Waukee Warriors. This is their 13th appearance, and they were state champs back in 2015 as they defeated Valley. But they've won 23 of 25 since their loss to Dowling a year ago. They went on quite a run and have made it to the state tournament last year, made it to the state championship game last year. For Dowling Catholic, we mentioned their run, a nice win over Cedar Rapids, Washington, but they closed out the season in fine fashion. They defeated Marr in their first round game, 52-46, in the first round of the girls' regionals, and defeated Cedar Rapids, Washington in the region championship. But they had a couple losses beforehand the last week of the season, losing to number 2 Johnston and number 5 Ankeny Centennial in the rugged CIML Central Conference. So the Maroons come in at full strength. Just talking with the coaching staff, who are unfortunately down on the floor. We're about we're actually on the 4th floor here at the Wells Fargo Arena on the east side, so we're right behind the print press, who are down on the floor this year. They moved the radio stations up here. It's very accommodating, but we did have to bring our binoculars as far up as we are. I can see how Joe Stacy feels when he does the Iowa Barnstormer games from high atop Wells Fargo Arena. We're going to take our first break tonight, or this morning rather, as that'll be a change between tonight and morning. But it's breakfast at Wells Fargo Arena, the Girls State Basketball Tournament first round coverage here on Iowa Catholic Radio. I'm Mark Amadale. Steve DeVinny will join me here shortly as we get set for Dowling and Waukee in the first round game. We'll take a break. We want to thank our supporters here on Iowa Catholic Radio. They've been with us all season long. We appreciate, without their support, we couldn't bring you the games here on Iowa Catholic Radio. They include CTO Iowa, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, and Mercy One. We appreciate their support all season long, and that starts back during the football games that we had earlier this fall. We'll be back with more pregame. It's Dowling and Waukee the Girls State Basketball Tournament here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio and Dowling Catholic Sports is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic. With 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling graduate, and Dr. Craig Harper, the Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at 60th and Ashworth in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610 or online, ashworthvision.com. What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. I want to thank our studio producer this morning, and that's Jimmy Olson. He and Deacon Tony Valdez back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios. By the way, you can still pledge your support to Iowa Catholic Radio. We are listener-supported. As last week was our spring carathon, you can still donate. We're just a few $1,000s short, and you can make that happen. Listeners of Dowling Sports here on Iowa Catholic Radio, 515-223-1150. You can call that number, or you can give online, and your gift is tax deductible at iowacatholicradio.com. Again, that's iowacatholicradio.com, and that'll help meet our goal, which we came a little bit short last week, and you can still do that throughout the game. So let us know, and we appreciate your support. iowacatholicradio.com. Your gift is tax deductible. Now we're joined by the one and only Steve DeVinny, the Hall of Famer from Grandview University. Man, you know when to take a spring break. You take it early. You take it when it's 20 below wind chill, 30 below wind chill at time. Mr. DeVinny, welcome back. Mr. Donahue sat right next to you, and he got us to this game today, by the way, the 2 games in the postseason. Steve, you're back, and Donahue just texted me. He said he's on the floor, and he's got his camera, and he's trying to wave at us, I think. Welcome, Steve.
Well, I don't know if I can feel Coach Donahue's shoes because he got us to this point. We're not going to give the players or the coaches any credit. We're going to give that to Coach Donahue.
You should have seen the setup at Cedar Rapids, over at Cedar Rapids, Washington. We were on the baseline, if you can picture, to the left, right where our photographer there is standing. And he was over there, and that's where our table was. Well, the Dowling bench was right next to us. Well, he was handing papers to one of the managers, which was giving them to one of the coaching staff. I don't know if any of those plays worked, but we came back from a 15-point deficit. Dowling did to win the game. That was just amazing.
That's incredible. Wish I could have seen it, but thank goodness that the girls are down here. And it's a little surreal. We're up here in the 45th floor.
You found it.
Yeah, barely. And not very many fans here, but a few.
Yeah. Not yet. We got a lot of folks listening. And I know I didn't get the tweet out earlier. I was going to do that, but I didn't put the tweet out. But, we got a lot of fans. You know, this social distance. Wrestling went that way. Yeah. It's every other row. If you see that, the print media's got the primo seats there. None of them are filled. Maybe 2 seats are filled. We could have been right down on court side, but they stuck us up here in the nosebleeds, and we'll figure it out. I got my binoculars, Steve, from from football season. Brought those along. I knew we might need them.
Well, what a thrill for the girls to be down here once again. And if you're a player or a coach or a fan, this never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't. And you know, Steve, from your 2 daughters and your son playing in postseason and playing for postseason championships. And, it's quite a ride. The team has been together all year through those 20-some games. If you get to play 20 this year, they didn't. Dowling coming in with their record of 11-6, so this is their 18th game. But for Waukee and Chris Guess, he and his wife Sherry, the assistant coach, this is just their 12th game. So
I knew that they had some COVID issues.
Yeah, they did
after Christmas over there, and their only loss was to Johnston. They split that 2-game series throughout the year, but. They're number 1 seed. The Maroons are number 8, so the Maroons will have their hands full. But we've seen the Maroon girls play very, very well against a lot of top-ranked opponents, and I would expect no different today.
Yeah, certainly is true. I'll tell you what, Steve, if you look at the schedule these two teams have played, this has been more of a regional type schedule. When you look at the CIML and the Central Conference, it's more of a regional type schedule because you're playing quality teams each night.
Yeah, no question. And the side that the Maroons have been in all year have all kinds of ranked opponents, from Johnston to Waukee to Southeast Polk to Valley. It's been kind of a murderer's row schedule here for the Maroons. But Mark's visiting right now off the air with somebody from the Iowa Girls Union. Now he's back with us. We got about a minute 40 to go before the introductions.
Now they'll introduce everybody, all the teams in there. So let's go through that right now, Steve DeVinny. As one of the folks from the Girls Union was up here. We got the password to the to the Wi-Fi, so
okay.
we can keep live stats. That's always nice. You
yes.
You always like to have live stats. So I was getting that plugged in. But let's take a look at today's starting lineup. Dowling is the visiting team. They'll be wearing their road maroon jerseys with white numbers. And the Maroons will start this lineup with head coach Kristen Meyer in her 5th year. They'll start at one guard, Ella McVeigh, a 5'7" senior. And she comes in averaging 7 points. She'll wear number 1. The second guard wears number 3, Margaret Tobias, a 5'6" senior, averaging 7.5 points. And she's headed to the University of Kentucky to play softball. Ella McVeigh is headed to the University of Michigan to play softball. Maddie Wishman is the third guard. Maddie's a 5'7" senior, averaging 6.5 points. She'll wear number 5. At one forward for Dowling, well, she's the combo player, Emma Gipple, 5'10" junior. Gipple averaging 11.5 points, leads the team with 9 rebounds, and leads the team with 27 steals. She'll wear number 23. And at center for Dowling, the Illinois State commit, that is Lexi Bowles, a 6'2" senior, averaging 14 points, and leads the team with 42 blocks. So for Dowling, it's McVeigh, Tobias, Wishman, the 3 guards, Emma Gipple, and Lexi Bowles. Dowling's assisted by Joel Danner, Scott Babinett, and Audrey Faber. Mentioned head coach Kristen Meyer in her 5th year with a record of 88-25 at Dowling. The Maroons come in with a record of 11-6 and a number 9 ranking. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, and that is Chris Guess and the Waukee Warriors, who come in with a record of 10-1. They're the number 1 ranked team in the state. They've won 23 of 25 games. Their only 2 losses in the last couple of years have been to Johnston. Last year in the state championship game and this year during the regular season. And the Warriors will start this lineup. At guard, Lindsey Kelderman, a 5'6" senior, headed to Northwest Missouri State. And she averages 7.5 points. She'll wear number 2. The other guard is her twin sister, Peyton Kelderman, a 5'8" senior, averaging 10 points. And leads the team with 3.5 assists. She'll wear number 14, and she's also headed to Northwest Missouri State to play for the Bearcats, a Division II school. And the third guard is Katie Dennebeer, a 5'8" senior, averaging 17.5 points. She is their leading scorer, and she will wear number 10. Dennebeer is a Drake University commit. At one forward for the Warriors, Megan Ernie, 5'9" senior, average 8.5 points. She'll wear number 34. She's going to play at Fort Hays State, a Division II team in Kansas. And finally, at center for Waukee is Reagan Bartholomew. Bartholomew is a 5'10" junior, averaging 11.5 points. So the guards are Kelderman, Dennebeer, Ernie, and, of course, at center, Reagan Bartholomew for the Waukee Warriors. Head coach is Chris Guess in his 18th year at Waukee, 330 wins, 109 losses, and he's assisted by Sherry Guest, Dustin Alvine, and Ashton Yassi. Those are the assistants. Also, Keisha Brown in there also, as Waukee leads this series over Dowling 10-8. The Maroons have won 4 of the last 5, and Waukee won the only meeting this year 75-50 back on Monday, January 4th. The game that you and Joe Stacy called on Iowa Catholic Radio there, Mr. DeVinny, as we have the extended pregame here on Iowa Catholic Radio before they introduce all the players. So we got a little bit of time here.
Waukee, Mark, there was nobody happier in the world to see Caitlin Clark leave than Chris Guess, because we covered games throughout those previous 4 years. I'll never forget the game out at Waukee when Caitlin, I think, was a junior, and she didn't play very well the first 3 quarters. And
the rally game?
Maroons were getting beat by maybe 12 or 15, and I think in the overtime in the fourth quarter, Caitlin might have scored a total of 25 or 6 points or something like that. Just went crazy, and bottom line was the Maroons won in overtime. But Waukee's a great program, and him and his wife are great coaches. And,
Chris and Sherry, they do a tremendous job.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, no, I mean, as I say, nobody's happier that Caitlin's in Iowa City than Chris Guess.
Caitlin's putting up the same numbers in Iowa City as she did at Dowling.
Amazing.
As a freshman in the Big Ten, she was definitely will be the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Last night, with the Hawkeye win, Caitlin had 18 points, 14 assists. She already broke the freshman record at Iowa for assists in one season. 4 made three-pointers as Iowa defeated Wisconsin 84-70 yesterday afternoon in Big Ten women's play. And, it's ironic you say that because Chris Guess and the Clarks all tailgate together at Iowa State football games because Blake plays, Caitlin's older brother, Blake plays for Iowa State, and the Guess's son is also on the Iowa State team. I think he's a long snapper, so that tailgating conversation must get interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
That's all you can hope for. All right, well, as they have the extended, they're announcing everybody here. So we're going to take a break, and we come back, we'll have the tip-off between Dowling and Waukee as we interrupt our programming here today on Iowa Catholic Radio to bring you coverage of the girls' state basketball tournament. It's Waukee and Dowling. But first, we're going to get a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Ryan Andrew, who is the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Emmerdale. Thanks for joining us. We will be back with the tip-off, Dowling and Waukee, here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers tonight for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord, amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Back to the girls' state basketball tournament here at Wells Fargo Arena, and now our national anthem. And welcome back to the Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Emmerdale as we bring you state tournament girls basketball here in Iowa Catholic Radio. And as we stand up, we can see the fans now here, Steve. We're just kind of blocked out a little bit once we sit down. But
no, it's a good turnout for the Dowling student section. Better than I would have thought, maybe, given the circumstances of COVID and whatnot. It's a blackout for the Dowling fans. Everybody's got a their black Dowling gear on. One thing that I'd like to mention just before we get started is the fact that Waukee got second a year ago to Johnston, so they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They have more state tournament experience, I should say, with this group. The Maroons did not make it a year ago. You recall the night that Sioux City East upset the Maroons.
I sure do.
In the sub-state final. But so that's going to be something to watch early on today, is to see if the Maroons can kind of get used to the atmosphere and the big stage. We know that Waukee, they feel like they've got some unfinished business from a year ago. So we'll see how the nerves are holding up for the Maroon girls. And excited to watch them.
And Steve, one thing, we're on the larger court. We're on the the NBA, G League, the college court here. So we'll see if that's an advantage for Dowling, as they like to get up and down the court. But for Waukee, they lead the state in field goal percentage. So that's something. They have 3 or 4 shooters that are at the top of their levels. We're underway here. Dowling with the ball going right to left in front of us. Down on the court, we're 3 stories up. And underneath, here's Gipple, and her shot is short. Off the back iron, rebound out to Waukee as we're underway, with Dowling missing their first shot there, Steve.
Yeah, they had a good look at it, too, with Gip taking it on the drive, but just came up a little short.
Now Waukee with the basketball. Both Keldermans in there, the twins, Lindsay and Peyton, along with Dennebeer. In the post, Ernie and Bartholomew. Dowling staying man-to-man with a lot of help defense. They dribble drive in the paint, and that's Dennebeer. Kicks it off in the corner for 3, up and good. That's Peyton Kelderman for 3. The Northwest Missouri State commit hits the first 3 of the ballgame.
A little full-court pressure there by the Waukee Warriors.
They forced a tie-up, and they did. Tie-up in the
Coach Myers trying to tell Ella McVeigh to come back and help on that. She kind of ran away, and her girl left and doubled.
So Waukee with the basketball after the Dowling turnover. As we're just underway here, 3-0 Waukee. Here's a shot at the free throw line. It's no good. By the Warriors, that was Bartholomew with the miss. Rebound Dowling.
Even on the miss, the Warriors are going to pick up the Maroons basically full court.
Dowling with the ball. They dribble drive into the lane. They kick it back out to McVeigh, top of the key. Dowling right to left in front of us. Here's Gipple. Dribbles into the paint. Leaves it for Bowles, who played on a Waukee State Tournament team. And a 3-pointer in the corner. Good. Lexi Bowles, and we're tied at 3 here with 6:15 remaining.
Yeah, it's a big-time shot. They were going to give that to her, and she thought about it, tried to get the ball down in the post to Gipple, and then decided to let it fly.
So it's tied at 3, Dowling and Waukee here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And now underneath, a shot in the lane, good by the Warriors as they get the dribble penetration by Katie Dennebeer. Now Dowling the other way. Here's Bowles in the right block, double team. Now takes it to the basket and scores right around Megan Ernie.
Big time there.
Bowles with her 5th point. She has all 5 of Dowling's points. And the Waukee Warriors leading 6-5. And out the free throw line, a shot up and good.
You said that they're one of the leading.
Megan Ernie with the basket. It's 9-5, and now a steal by Waukee. Warriors up 4. This is their largest lead of the contest. They dribble drive into the front court. With it is Kelderman. Long 3, up and good. We may see a timeout. Peyton Kelderman with their 2nd 3 of the morning.
Goodness sakes, Mark. They're on fire here to start the game.
12-5 Waukee. They lead by 7. Pressure in the backcourt. Dowling's got to get it across the timeline, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Warriors. Good help that time by Lindsay Kelderman, who slapped it away.
Coach Myers begging her kids to come back and help against that pressure. We've got 3 kids hiding down there in the corner. We got to get somebody in the middle of the floor there.
Ben Applegate, Bryant Abel, and Tim Oosterhouse are our 3 officials. They work the CIML quite a bit. Congratulations to them on their state tournament qualifying. 12-5 Waukee, 4:45 remaining first quarter. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, breakfast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. They lob it inside to Bowles, and they're going to call a foul inside on the Warriors. Peyton Kelderman was at help defense, but she didn't let Lexi come down after the entry pass.
Yeah, trying to get the charge, good idea, but you got to let the give room for the offensive player to land. and she didn't do that. Good call by the official.
So Dowling will inbound it. McVeigh gets it inbounds to her teammate. Now Bowles with it on the left elbow. Lexi in the lane. Her shot up and good, and they don't have an answer for defending Lexi Bowles right now.
Unguardable right there in the post. She's played extremely well early on in this ball game. Waukee's trying to push tempo.
And a steal by Dowling as Waukee threw it right to Bowles. So Lexi with 7 points, all 7 of Dowling's points. Maroons trail by 5, and they have the basketball in the front court. This is Tobias, and she has a ball poked away. Unfortunately, didn't bounce off her knee or leg, out of bounds to Dowling.
Yeah, ball pressure there by Waukee, giving the guards from Dowling a little bit of trouble here early on.
Waukee in their home white uniforms with purple trim, and we've got a loose ball foul called on Bowles, I believe, or Gipple. It's on Gipple. As the Maroons threw it away, Gipple tried to save it, and she will pick up her first foul. First foul on Dowling, so each team with a foul here in the first quarter. 4:03 remaining, and it's 12-7 Waukee leading Dowling here in the first round. The girls' Class 5A state basketball tournament. Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. And, yeah, it's a little bit empty, just like the gyms we've seen this year, Steve. It's hard to get into that excitement, and we've seen that at the college level. And I think the kids feed off that. We've seen a lot of road wins by teams this year.
Yep. Oh, good job of Dowling there. Last 2 possessions for Waukee, they've had balls and hands in the passing lane, tip balls out of bounds. Waukee will retain possession, but good aggressiveness there by the Maroons.
Well, that's what brought him back against Cedar Rapids Washington after trailing by 15. Here's a long 3 up and no good by the Warriors. Ball saved from going out of bounds by Gipple, and Dowling with the basketball.
How many times have we seen that this year for the Maroons? Good comebacks. You know, they've gotten down, and this team just refuses to quit. They'll need that again here today against an unbelievably good squad.
Well, you play against top 10 teams every night. You're going to see that now. A steal by Lindsey Kelderman, Waukee with the basketball, and they advance it to the front court. They work to the corner. Now a three-pointer on the way from the right side. Up and good in Waukee. You can just see they get a lot of shots off. Reagan Bartholomew with her second basket, and that's her first 3 of the morning. It's 5. She has 5 points, and the lead is up to 8. Now a turnover against the Maroons.
I think early on here, Mark, the Waukee Warriors are 4 out of 5 from beyond the arc. We'll get the updated stats from the girls' union at all the timeouts, but they're just off to a blistering hot start here.
And we talked about how they lead the Class 5A in field goal percentage, and it's showing. Turnover against Dowling. Now Waukee with it after a substitution.
Very unselfish team so far, Waukee has been, and always looking to either pass up a good one to even get a better one.
All right, Peyton Kelder dribble drive, and now the ball deflected by McVeigh and stolen away by Bowles. Dowling with forcing a Waukee turnover.
Nice job by Ella with active hands there.
Into the Dowling lineup right now is Lauren Frericks, a 5'9 sophomore, wearing number 31. She and Bowles are in the paint. Now we've got a 5-second call against McVeigh. She was guarded, and she's got to get rid of the basketball. And turnover against the Maroons on a 5-second call.
Seems to be a little indecision in terms of what she was trying to do offensively. She was just dribbling around out there, and I don't know if she was waiting for somebody to get a play set, but the indecisiveness cost her a turnover.
Yeah, it did. And now the Warriors of Waukee have the basketball. Of course, this is the final year that Waukee is together. We got a loose ball foul as bodies hit the floor. Lindsey Kellerman hit the floor, and a foul on Dowling.
Mark, the hope for the Maroons is that the Warriors cool off a little bit from the perimeter. They're off to a hot shooting start.
Foul is on Julia Moore, who checked in there with Lauren Frericks. Now the ball poked away, and Waukee retains possession. 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, 15-7 our score. Waukee leading Dowling Catholic and Iowa Catholic Radio. Appreciate our listeners tuning in today as we interrupt regular programming this morning for a little bit to bring you girls state basketball coverage. The winner of this game will play at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Now a three-pointer right wing is no good by the Warriors, rebounded by Bowles and Dowling as the Warriors on a rare miss there. Let's see if the Maroons can They haven't scored in a while. Here's Frericks, dribbles down the lane, leaves it for McVeigh and throws it away. Loose ball picked up by Waukee. Warriors down court. In the corner, Peyton Kelderman, a three-pointer up and good. It rolls through. Katie Dennebeer got the pass that time.
Yeah, that was Dennebeer.
Off the dribble penetration by Peyton Kelderman. 18-7, the lead is now ballooned to 11 for Waukee. Dowling with the basketball. Here's Frericks with it.
The Warriors' ball pressure on the Maroons has taken its toll early on here, too. Maroons just can't seem to get into some sets and get where they want to go. They're just being pressured and taken out of their sets so far.
Dowling looks like he's going to try to hold for the final shot. 40 seconds, a lot of time to hold the ball, but the Maroons trail by 11. Here in the first quarter, Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. I want to thank the folks back at Iowa Catholic Radio. That includes Jimmy Olson and Deacon Tony Valdez working the board this morning. And now Waukee now jumps the Dowling guards, and now the Maroons running their offense. Here is Bowles at the left elbow. Her shot no good. Ball slapped around, picked up by Katie Dennebeer. Now stolen back by Dowling. Julia Moore had it. 10 seconds remaining. In the front court is Waukee. A long three coming by Megan Ernie is no good. Rebound Waukee. Three-pointer by Peyton Kelderman. Good! Peyton Kelderman with the corner three from the right side, and it's everything Waukee. Kelderman with 9 three-pointers here in the first quarter with 9 points on 3 three-pointers. We'll take a break. We've come to the end of the first quarter from Wells Fargo Arena. The score, Waukee 18, Dowling Catholic 7, here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up. Heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
CPCustomHomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at DesMoines-DentalAssociates.com.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines, the Class 5A State Girls Basketball Tournament. And that last basket by Peyton Kelderman ruled a 2-point basket. So she finishes the quarter with 8 points, and Waukee leading 20-7 over Dowling Catholic. Mark Amadale alongside Steve DeVinny, and uphill climb now for the Maroons, but they're used to it. They had to do that in Cedar Rapids, and they're going to have to do it this morning.
Yeah, two keys to that first quarter, Mark. The Waukee Warriors shot the ball so well. And then the other thing was their defensive ball pressure took the Maroons out of everything they were trying to do.
Yeah, they sure did. And now Waukee, after a turnover, takes it all the way down court. And Peyton Kelderman shoots and scores. And she's starting to light it up. She now has 10 points here in the first half.
Yep, there goes the double team again.
Bowles with it, top of the key, 22-7 Waukee. This is their largest lead, 15 points over Dowling. Underneath, the Maroons get it to Gipple. Her shot is no good.
Good move, just couldn't finish there in traffic, Mark.
Yeah, rebound Lindsey Kelderman, and now a whistle. And we've got a foul at half court, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be on Tobias, ball pressure. How do you stop the freight train? Boy, they're trying to score in transition. That last one was a layup. They're shooting well from the perimeter. Somehow we got to see if we can slow the Waukee Warriors down a little bit.
Yeah, easier said than done. Now Waukee with the basketball. They go 5 out, nobody in with this set as Katie Dennebeer gets in the right corner. Maroons look like they're back to their 5, and now they kick it back out for 3. It's no good. That was the missed shot by Katie Dennebeer. Rebound Dowling and McVeigh. Looks like they gave that foul to McVeigh.
Yeah, I think that's right, Mark.
Yeah.
The previous one that you had said, Julie Moore. Yeah.
No, you said Tobias.
I'm sorry.
I put it down as Tobias. It's Moore. It's McVeigh. Now, Bowles, the free throw liner, shot up and good, and she has all 9 of Dowling's first half points.
Yep.
22-9 Waukee. 6.5 remaining in the first half. Mark Amadale's Steve DeVinny from Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. The girls' Class 5A state championship first round coverage. And they'll get all 4 games in today in the 5As, and the 3As will be later on. Now reverse layup up and good through contact that time by Katie Dennebeer.
Boy, that's crafty there for the Drake recruit. Up and under.
Here's McVeigh with it. Get it to the corner. Here's Tobias for 3, and it's good. Margaret Tobias with her first 3 points of the night. Somebody other than Lexi Bowles.
Excellent ball movement. She was alone in the left baseline and knocked it in.
Warriors with the basketball. They work it in the corner. 4 out, 1 in. A long 3 blocked by McVeigh as Lindsay Kelderman had her shot blocked. Dowling with the rebound. Down court, McVeigh misses the layup. It's no good, and a rebound Waukee, and they're running. 4 on 3. Warriors have it. Here's Bartholomew with it. Well, they swing it to the left side. Here's Lindsay Kelderman driving baseline. Gets it over to Peyton Kelderman, her twin sister. Her shot up and good. Lindsay to Peyton, the Kelderman duo, and one gets the points, one gets the assist, and Peyton gets the basket.
I think that's 4 threes for the one sister.
It is. That's their 4th 3. They took that one, made it a 2.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
13 points now.
Yeah, 3 threes and a pair of 2s. Yeah, she's on fire.
For Peyton Kelderman. 13 points for her, and now the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball, trailing 27-12. Maroons trail by 15 as we approach the 5-minute mark. Now, Maroons struggling to get into their offense, and that's credit to Waukee and their man-to-man defense, but there's a lot of help down there.
Yeah, every time the Maroons put it on the floor, somebody comes over and helps, and Maroons have not had their head up necessarily in all these situations to make the next pass.
And now a steal by Waukee down court, and a layup is, they're going to call a foul on the steal by Dowling.
Good hustle by Margaret Tobias after the turnover, and was called for the foul.
She'll pick up her first foul. 14 foul on Dowling, 1 on Waukee. And now we've got a 30-second timeout called. We'll keep it here with Waukee leading 27-12 over Dowling Catholic here in the first round of the Girls State Basketball Tournament in Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Mark Amadale along with Steve DeVinny. And we want to thank everybody involved with our broadcast all season long. Reminder, we do have a game tomorrow night. Boys Sub-State Final, Steve. I know you've been on vacation out there down in Florida, the sandy beaches, warm weather, and we've got boys Sub-State basketball tomorrow night. Dowling and Valley at Dallas Center Grimes High School. That'll be a dandy.
Boy, I tell you, Maroons beat the Tigers early in the year over at Dowling, and that should be a really, really good ball game tomorrow night out at Dallas Center Grimes. What's the start time of that?
7 o'clock.
7. Okay.
We'll be on the air at 6:45 here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Are they letting fans in tomorrow night, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fans come in. I think it's still, you got to purchase your tickets online.
Okay.
So Dowling and Valley fans, you'll have to purchase your tickets online for the Sub-State Final. The winner of that game moves on to the Boys State Tournament, which begins a week from today here at Wells Fargo Arena. All right, out of the timeout, Waukee with the basketball. They go left to right towards the north basket here, wearing their home white uniforms. Here's Lindsay Kelderman. Gets it inside to Dennebeer. Back to Kelderman in the lane. Gets it back out to Dennebeer. They're running that dribble weave, if you will.
Excellent passing, excellent ball movement.
Dennebeer gets it underneath to Ernie, and she gets it out of the paint, and they just reverse the ball outside.
Nope. Skip pass.
Bartholomew over in the corner for 3, up and good. Lindsay Kelderman for 3.
Boy, they've got to be shooting 55-60% from beyond the arc. They're just on fire, Mark.
They lead the state in field goal percentage, and they haven't let up. You know, it's one thing to shoot in your own gym or a high school gym. Coming here to Wells Fargo with the extended high ceiling. Of course, we're up here on the 4th floor, or as you said, the 45th floor. They have adjusted well. Corner 3, no good by Dowling, but a foul call, Maddie Wishman with the miss, and a whistle and a foul on Waukee.
Yeah, number 40 for the Warriors.
Cameron Weirs picks up the foul.
Lexi Bowles was trying to establish post position as the shot was being taken from the perimeter, and Weir's with the foul.
Weir's a 6'1" junior with her first foul. Dowling underneath with Bowles, and they're going to call the foul before the shot on Lexi Bowles. If not, it was going to be traveling on Lexi, but she was fouled.
Boy, give Lexi credit. She's just a handful down there. That time they had 3 girls collapse in on her, and she still got the shot up and was fouled right before the shot attempt.
So the foul on Waukee.
Maroons just haven't been able to get any clean looks today, Mark, the Waukee Warriors.
And now a steal by Waukee underneath, a shot up, and it's short. That was Dinnebeer with the miss. A putback up and good.
Rebound and basket, Katie Dinnebeer.
And that's
just
Katie
more
Dinnebeer.
Physical there than Ella. Ella couldn't quite get her boxed out, and so she got the putback.
9 points for Dinnebeer. Peyton Kelderman with 16 points in the first half. Dowling down the lane, and Julia Moore with her first basket. Nice move.
Drive and basket, Julia Moore.
Saw her dad at the crossing walk coming in this morning, and he's got twins in the team, Julia and Sarah Moore, and out the free throw line, shot up and good. Boy, they do not miss. That's Bartholomew again.
Ball movement, player movement, both excellent.
Bartholomew with 5 points.
Ball pressure and quickness again, Mark. That time Julia Moore just had the ball taken from her. And
so she'll pick up the foul. That's her second.
Number 21, Julie Moore, her second personal, 15.
And we'll see Lauren Frericks check out, as will Julia Moore. Back in is Lexi Bowles.
I think the Maroons so far have settled just with a 7-player rotation today.
Waukee inbounds the ball as they lead Dowling here 34-14. This is the largest lead for Waukee of 20.
Waukee just keeps probing here on offense when they have the ball. Girls going to open spots. And
here's McVeigh with the steal, and
excellent.
She saves from going out of bounds, but stepped on the sideline. Good hustle by Ella McVeigh, who's been in the passing lane quite a bit here.
Excellent play, yep. And had the wherewithal to throw it into the backcourt so that Waukee couldn't get a cheap basket out of that.
Warriors with it. Final 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the first half. Waukee 34, Dowling 14. The winner moves on to Thursday morning, and they'll play the winner of the next game here at the Class 5A Girls State Basketball Tournament. 5 classes in the state of Iowa. This is the big class. A long 3 up and no good by Katie Dinnebeer. Rebound and putback is no good, but the rebound finally comes out to Dowling, as the putback was by Cameron Weirs.
Yeah, Maroons have not been able to get very many clean looks from the perimeter today, Mark. Every time they catch it, there's a Waukee Warrior right there.
Now an offensive foul on Dowling. It's just been well defended by Waukee.
Yep.
I knew this would be an uphill battle, and it certainly is. Margaret Tobias picks up her second foul as she committed the charging foul.
Dinnebeer with a good help defense stepped in there and took the charge.
All right, minute 45 remaining in the half. And Waukee with the lead over Dowling, 34-14. We've been on that number for a while. Here's Gallagher with it. Natalie Gallagher checked in at the last dead ball, 5'6" sophomore. Right side it goes to Kelderman. That's Lindsay. Underneath the Weirs, her shot up and partially blocked by Bowles. They get the rebound. Lindsay Kelderman for 3. It's no good. And rebound Bowles and Dowling. Waukee getting second chances, but that time couldn't convert. Turnover against Dowling there. Oh, tough break for the Maroons in transition.
Waukee's moving it again. Excellent job of passing. Excellent job by their players of going to open spots on the floor, too.
That's Reagan Bartholomew, shoots and scores right there, her 7th point. And they do flash the open spot, and it's been right at the free throw line, just a little bit inside the paint there, and that's where Bartholomew made the basket. And now the ball tipped out of bounds, stolen out of bounds. Good job that time by Waukee's Katie Dinnebeer. She slapped the ball off of Gippel's hip, out of bounds to Waukee, another turnover.
Yeah, they came in doubled. Every time the Maroons put the ball down and kind of are not paying attention, they run a double team. And that's resulted in 3 or 4 steals so far for the Warriors.
It certainly has. Waukee with the basketball, leading 36-14. 22-point lead for the Warriors. Final 30 seconds of the first half. A long 3 up, good. That's Katie Dinnebeer again with her second 3 and her 12th point of the first half. She and Kelderman both in double figures. Kelderman with 16 points. Now down the other way, they get into bowls, and it's stolen away. Ernie with the steal. Warriors will hold for the last shot. 5 seconds remaining. Here's Katie Dennebeer in the lane. And they're going to call a foul on Dowling as the ball goes out of bounds. There was a collision under there, and I think they're going to get bowls for it here before the shot.
They called before the shot, but that was the Maroons' 7th team foul. And so it'll be a bonus opportunity for Dennebeer.
Katie Dennebeer at the line, shooting the bonus.
And the free throw is good. Katie Dennebeer. 13 points as she makes the first free throw.
Substitution for the Warriors, number 12, Lily.
That's the first free throw of the contest. First free throw attempt. 2 seconds remaining. The Maroons will have to go the length of the court. And this is the extended court. This is the college and NBA G League court. A little longer than most high school.
94-footer. Yep. High school regulation is 84 feet.
Both free throws are good by Dennebeer, who has 14 points now. 2 seconds remaining. Waukee 2 for 2 at the line. Dowling has yet to attempt a free throw. And the Maroons will inbound the ball and go right to the locker room. We're at halftime. Waukee leading Dowling 41-14 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. A tough first half for Dowling Catholic. Let's see if they'll regroup. And Steve, before we go to break, this will be an uphill climb even further than what we encountered last Tuesday in Cedar Rapids with the Cedar Rapids Warriors leading at halftime against Dowling. This hill's a little bit steeper to climb for Dowling.
Well, like you said earlier, Mark, number 1 team in the state. They've played like it today. They've just been shooting extremely well. Their ball pressure has affected the Maroons. 14 points at half is probably, I'd have to go back to the stats, that's probably the lowest the Maroons have had in the first half this year. And tip your cap to the Waukee Warriors. They're playing as well as advertised so far.
Yes, they are. And a reminder, we had our Iowa Catholic Radio Pledge-a-thon last week, our spring fair-a-thon, and you can certainly give your tax-deductible donation to support our broadcast and, of course, Iowa Catholic Radio all year long. IowaCatholicRadio.com is the website. You can safely secure your donation with a tax-deductible gift today. And we do have people, as the business hours are open right now. Business hours are going on right now, 515-223-1150. If you'd like to make a donation, there are operators and folks standing by. So we appreciate everybody's support last week. I'd like to thank Mercy One, Kemen, and Dental Associates for supporting our broadcast of Dowling Catholic basketball and, of course, football this fall and winter. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll take a break, come back with some halftime statistics from Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. It is Waukee leading Dowling Catholic by the score of 41-14 here at halftime.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio's broadcast of Dowling Catholic sports and activities is provided by Kemen, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world. Kemen is on the leading edge of molecular science, manufacturing more than 500 specialty ingredients for the human and animal health and nutrition, pet food, aquaculture, nutraceutical, food technologies, crop technologies, and textile industries. Kemen strives to sustainably transform the quality of life every day for 80% of the world with their products and services. Kemen, using science to transform the world. Online at Kemen.com.
Thank you to Mercy One for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio. From the cardiovascular experts of the Iowa Heart Center to the pediatric services of Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics, Mercy provides complete care for Central Iowa's adults and children with more than 50 primary care and specialty clinics in the Des Moines area. Find a convenient Mercy One location near you. Online at mercydesmoines.org.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. Halftime with Waukee Warriors leading Dowling 41-14 alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. We'll take a look at some first half statistics that we have here. Dowling shooting 50% in the first half, 6 of 12 from the field. They're 2 of 3 from three-point range. Waukee 15 of 27 from the field. They're shooting 55%, but they are 9 of 16, Steve DeVinny, from three-point range, 56%. Waukee 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Dowling does not attempt the free throw, and the Warriors out-rebounding Dowling 10-7. 5 offensive rebounds for their rebound advantage. Again, Waukee with 10 rebounds, Dowling with 8. Turnovers, the Maroons with 14 turnovers, Steve, and Waukee with just 2.
Yeah.
And let's, so those are just some of the numbers. And I'll tell you what, Dowling's shooting 50%. Steve, they've only taken 12 shots. That's because of the Waukee defense. Waukee's taken 27 shots and made 15. There's a big difference. Shooting well and getting shots to shoot.
Yeah, it's like you said, the turnover margin, 14 turnovers for the Maroons, only 2 for Waukee. And they're shooting such a high clip. And almost a perfect equation for what the halftime score is, 41-14.
That's certainly true.
If those two statistics don't reverse themselves a little bit in the second half, this ball game is basically over. But hey, the Maroons have shown spunk all year, getting back into games. Right before the game started, I had talked about the fact that Waukee got second place last year to Johnston. And I saw a little news clip on the local news the other night just about the fact that in their mind they feel like they have some unfinished business, and that's the fear. You know, the Maroons haven't played here for 2 years. The starters for the Dowling Maroons 2 years ago, Gipple played quite a bit, and Ella McVeigh played quite a bit. Margaret Tobias played a little bit, as did Lexi Bowles, but almost every player here for Waukee got 3 games in here down here at the well last year at the state tournament. Now we're eating some chicken wings over here at halftime. Waukee against the Maroons. The young man for Waukee is destroying those wings.
And I'll bet they got, I don't know who Dowling's representative is. They're doing it on the baseline there right in front of us. But you look here on the camera. Steve, I think you've had some team meals that might have been destroyed at your house there with some of the kids you've had over back in the day.
Hey, Mark, do you think that I should go down to the
that's pretty good.
That's funny. You think I should go down to the sidelines, take Tom Donahue's camera, and let him come back up here for a comeback in the second half? I mean, he led the Maroons to the state tournament.
And literally, I mean, he's passing notes over there at Cedar Rapids, Washington on the baseline. He literally did.
Incredible.
Right. Yeah, he did a good job, and appreciate Tom and all he does. You talk about coaches behind the scenes. Tom does it all. When he's not coaching, he's got that camera, and he provides a lot of photography for a lot of the kids at Dowling. As you know, you did it with your daughters and your son Luke.
Well, Tom's been a coach for the Maroons, both in track and basketball for 25, 30 years.
Minimum, yeah.
What he's given back to Dowling is similar to what you've given back to Dowling, and that's what makes Dowling such a great place, is that you have so many people in the community who care so much. And I'm telling you, if you come to Dowling Catholic and if you apply yourself, you're going to have a good experience, because there's so many people behind the scenes who are willing to do whatever it takes to make your experience better. And Mark, you've been on the air for 35 plus years, 40 years, I don't know. And
knocking on the door of 40 next year, I think, sir.
That's amazing.
We start football in the fall, Lord willing.
That is absolutely amazing. And how many schools in the state of Iowa, Des Moines Metropolitan CIML, have their own radio station?
Not many.
Not
many. A lot of towns do, but they cover more than just the local school. They'll go out and do more, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, we've been very fortunate. I think we've broadcast every Dowling basketball game except maybe 2 or 3 dates on each side. I know the Johnson doubleheader got moved to a Saturday, and we were unable to do it during that time. But other than that, we've done quite a few games, and we look forward to the baseball and softball this summer, trying to coordinate with Joe Stacy, who mans this area. He's up here for every Barnstormer game. This is where he broadcasts from, Steve.
It's no wonder he has some side issues. He needs glasses and
binoculars.
We're a long way up here today.
4th floor,
or
as you said, the 45th floor is what it seemed like.
Well, it seems like it. I was walking up here amongst the curtains here that they have pulled. But what a great venue. And Maroons have an uphill battle in the second half, like you said, but win or lose, you'll never forget this experience. When I was a junior in high school 1,000 years ago, that was the year that Bobby Hansen's Dowling team won the state championship.
That's correct.
We got beat in the first round by Davenport Central. That was the team that Bobby's team beat in the championship with Coach Labonia and that great group. And even though we got beat on that Wednesday night, you'll never, as a young man or young lady playing in these games, you'll never forget the experience. And that was something else.
Yeah, it certainly was. Steve, let's take a look at the scoring in the first half before we send it back to the studio for a break, and we'll come back with the second half. Again, our halftime score, it's Waukee 41, Dowling 14, and for Dowling, the Maroons had 3 players score in the first half, led by Lexi Bowles with 9 points. 3 points for Margaret Tobias and 2 points for Julia Moore, as Dowling did not attempt a free throw in the first half. For Waukee, they had 6 players score in the first half, led by Katie Dennebeer with 15 points, Peyton Kelderman with 13, 7 points for Reagan Bartholomew, and then 3 points each for Megan Ernie and for Lindsay Kelderman, as Waukee went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. But it was all Waukee in the first half. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. Glad you could join us this morning here on Iowa Catholic Radio as we bring you coverage of the Girls State Basketball Tournament, the Class 5A, as the winner of this game will meet the winner of Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial. That game coming up immediately after this one. So we'll take a break and come back. And along with our studio producer, Jimmy Olson, and Deacon Tony Valdez, I'm Mark Amadale for Steve DeVinny, back with the second half after this break here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Matt Wilcom, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. Thank you so much for your generous support during our spring carathon. Because of you, the love and truth of Jesus Christ will continue to be proclaimed throughout central Iowa and beyond. As a result, lives will continue to be transformed. Matching dollars are still available. Give us a call at 515-223-1150 or donate online at iowacatholicradio.com. Thank you.
Has anyone ever told you to pray about it and left you thinking, okay, but how? First, invite the Holy Spirit to be with you as you talk to God. Think about what is going on in your heart and mind. Be honest. Acknowledge to God what you're thinking, feeling, and desiring, because He wants you, the real you. Then, tell Him about what you're experiencing and entrust that to Him. Finally, let the Father love us. Ask yourself, how is God loving me right now? He is loving always. Sometimes we need to stop and think of our blessings, because that is where we can find God.
Hey, welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. The music's a blaring and blasting, and maybe that'll help the Maroons on their comeback here in the second half. Our halftime score, Waukee 41, Dowling Catholic 14. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. Our thanks to all the folks back at Iowa Catholic Radio. Our thanks to our supporters, CTO Iowa. It's that time of year to apply for tuition assistance from ctoiowa.org. The bottom line is for the kids, and we invite you to do that, ctoiowa.org. Our thanks to Ashworth Vision Clinic and Construction Professionals. As we mentioned before the break, the winner of this game between Dowling and Waukee will meet in the semifinals on Thursday against the winner of the next game between Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial. All these games this morning have been separated by 2 hours, so they play at 9, 11, 1, and 3 to the 5A schools. Later on today, it's Johnson and Cedar Falls. The winner of that game will play the winner of Waterloo West and Iowa City West. As we're underway here in the second half, Waukee with the basketball in the alternate possession. Now, backdoor cut and a layup good. Nice execution that time by the Warriors, and that is Katie Dennebeer with the basket. She leads now. She now has 17 points in the contest.
Another double team in the front court.
Dowling's got to solve that. Now here's McVeigh for 3 in the right wing. It's no good. Rebound cleared out of there by the Waukee Warriors.
Yeah, shot attempts, as you mentioned at halftime, are just so hard to come by for the Maroons. That's only Ella's second shot attempt of the ball game.
Here's Peyton Kelderman in the lane. Her shot might have been altered that time. It's no good, as Lexi Bowles may have gotten a piece of it. Rebound Dowling. The Maroons with their starting five out there: McVeigh, Tobias, Wishman, Gipple, and Bowles. Now the Maroons get it underneath, and here's Gipple, and she draws the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line. This will be Dowling's first free throws of the morning.
Yeah, that says a lot too, Mark. The fact that the aggressor today has definitely been Waukee in every aspect.
Bartholomew commits the foul, and the first free throw by Gipple is good on Reagan Bartholomew. Her first foul, first team foul on the Maroons here. Her first team foul on Waukee here in the second half. Second free throw good. So Gipple makes them both, and Dowling now 2 for 2 at the line. And that is the first 2 points by Gipple.
Yep, she's on the board
this morning.
here. Yep.
After leading the Dowling comeback the other night, she had 19 points in the win over Cedar Rapids, Washington.
Yeah, that was impressive.
All right, here is Waukee with the ball. Shot the free throw line, no good. And that was by Megan Ernie. Or check that, Reagan Bartholomew. And the rebound, Waukee. And now a steal at half court and a layup good with the left hand by Katie Dennebeer.
Yeah, Waukee's guards are kind of chewing up the Maroon guards in terms of ball pressure.
19 points for Dennebeer. The young lady heading to Drake next year. Dowling with the ball. Backdoor cut. Bowles tries to feed Tobias, and the ball stolen away by Waukee.
Good idea there on the back cut. I think it was Wishman, but oh, goodness.
And now ball goes out of bounds off of Bartholomew. It'll be Dowling basketball, yeah.
Slipped and fell there.
So it has the turnovers up there, Steve. I think Dowling's up to close to 15 right now. Is that true?
Yeah.
And
yeah, 16.
16.
Yep.
How many for Waukee? They're down to
just 2. Yep. They haven't turned it over yet in the second half.
Well played. Dowling caught in the backcourt. They get it across the timeline. This is Tobias with it over in the corner for Wishman for 3. It's no good. And the rebound cleared out of there by Dennebeer. This is Katie Dennebeer.
Here they come.
In the corner, they work it to Lindsey Kelderman right side. The ball stolen away by McVeigh, and now she throws it away as she tried to get rid of it. Saved from going out of bounds, but steps on the sideline right in front of Coach Guess and the Waukee Warriors.
Good effort there by Ella. Great passing lane steal, and then just couldn't quite convert the pass to Tobias.
Right, Waukee with the ball, inbounds play. They work the 3. It's up and good, and that's Bartholomew. Oh, check that. Ernie for 3. It's good.
They all have the green light from the perimeter. Here comes another double team.
Ernie with 6 points off the bench for Waukee. Dowling breaks the press, and a 2-on-1 fast break results in a basket.
Excellent pass there by Tobias.
For 2.
Big time play, yep.
With her 5th point, and you mentioned Wishman with the assist. 48-18, Waukee by 30. Now, corner 3 for the Warriors is no good. Fight for the rebound and knocked out of bounds off of Waukee.
Yeah, good box out there by Maddie Wishman.
And we're near the running clock area, Steve.
Isn't that amazing?
At 35.
Yeah. Yep, that's amazing.
Sometimes you see that. These 1-8 games are matched up that way for a reason, and Dowling trailing by 30. Maroons break the press. Here's a corner 3 by Tobias. It's good from the right corner. Tobias with 5 of her 8 points here in the third quarter, and it's 48-21 Waukee.
Excellent job. Good pass. Way to knock the open shot down.
Here's Bartholomew. Gets Bowles in for a head fake, but she doesn't buy it. And now leaves it for her teammate on the left side. That's Lindsey Kellerman with the shot to the left hand. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Gipple slaps the Bowles over to Bowles, and Lexi will dribble it out.
Backcourt pressure again.
Now whistle a backcourt foul on Peyton Kelderman.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Lexi Bowles helping out on trying to beat the press is that she's 6'2", and they had difficulty trying to get the ball away from her.
All right, substitutions for Dowling now as Julia Moore checks in as Maddie Wishman will sit down.
Number 44, a sophomore for Waukee, Gallagher, just checks into the game.
And now trying to split the defenders going to the basket was Dowling's Margaret Tobias, and she loses the basketball, and it's picked up by Megan Ernie. Warriors with it. Here's Kelderman with it. This is Lindsay. Keep in mind the Kelderman twins most of the time are on the court together. There's Lindsay again, dribbles in the middle of the lane and puts a shot up the left hand too strong, and a rebound Dowling. Maroons get it in the front court. That's Gipple with the rebound. McVeigh for 3, and it's good.
Hey, Ella.
With her first 3 of the morning. 48-24. Waukee with the lead. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
nice to see the body language for the Maroons. It's a huge deficit at halftime, and they just keep playing like they have all year, which is really, really good to see.
Hey, you just got to keep competing. I want to thank Mercy One, Kemen, and Dental Associates for supporting our broadcast all season long. And now Warriors lose the basketball, goes through the hands of Lindsey Kelderman into the hands of Dowling and Margaret Tobias there, Steve.
Good steal there. And the
effort is continuing as in the final 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the third quarter. Here's McVeigh for three again. It's no good. Rebounded by Dowling. Tobias with the long rebound on the left side. Here's Bowles with it. Lexi dribbles to the free throw line. Now triple team. Stops, pivots, shot up, and in and out, no good. She drew the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Good post move there. She backed her down the paint, started at the free throw line, and faked left, went back to her weak side, and then back to the strong side again and drew the foul. She's had a nice ball game today so far, Lexi has.
Ernie with the foul for Waukee. That's their third team foul, first one on Ernie, and Bowles to the free throw line, and she is the first one. Dowling 3 for 3 at the line this morning. For Lexi, that is her 10th point. Second free throw on the way. Good. 11 points for Lexi Bowles. Maroons are 4 for 4 at the line here in this contest after not shooting a free throw in the first half, and it's 48-26. Waukee with the lead. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny high atop the Wells Fargo Arena. Fourth floor. We're in the Joe Stacy Barnstormer seats.
Yep, I had to grab a tissue at halftime. I had a nosebleed.
Yeah, the air's a little light up here.
Yes.
That elevator ride took a while this morning from the basement, but that's okay. Warriors with the lead and have the basketball, taking a little time off the clock here.
Yeah, they're being patient here with that big lead, milking things a little bit.
Here's Kelderman in the corner to Ernie for three, and it's no good. Check that, Bartholomew with the miss for three, and rebound Dowling, and Gipple dribbles in the front court. Gets the Bulls. Three-pointer on the left wing, no good. And the rebound, Waukee. 48-26 our score. We're at the 2-minute mark here of the third quarter. This is Lindsey Kelderman. Her and her sister, Peyton, both going to Northwest Missouri State next year. And Lindsey coming off that terrible ACL injury, and now she shoots a corner three, and it's good from the left side. Lindsey Kelderman, her 6th point. Her 6th point. And it's 51-26 Waukee. Pressure in the backcourt, and Julia Moore dribbles through it. Now picks up her dribble.
On those pressure situations, Mark, you got to dribble with your head up. There were 3 girls on her, and she was finally able to get it off to another Maroon.
Here's Bowles going to the basket, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Ernie.
Good defense there by Ernie against the taller Bowles.
Well, she forced Lexi to use her right hand.
Yep.
Lexi's a left-handed shooter, and forced her to shoot the right. Lexi will do that, but the ball blocked out of bounds. McVeigh will throw it in. Gets the Bulls, top of the key, now to Gipple. Maroons going with basically a 4-guard lineup. Gipple is basically a combo player, guard or forward. And now here's Gipple with it. Spins in the lane. Her shot up and no good. Rolls off the rim. She'll get 2 shots. Good help defense that time by Waukee, but they commit the foul.
Nice reverse spin move there by Gip. And she'll try to claw the Maroons slowly back in this thing.
Katie Dennebeer with the foul, her 2nd, and the first free throw no good by Emma Gipple, who we had on our post-game show from Cedar Rapids.
That must have been a thrill for her, the way she played in that second half.
MVP of the game, and
yeah.
She had to play big. She had to guard their best player who's going to Iowa, the Schulte girl. Second free throw good by Gipple, held to just 3 points this morning by Waukee. 51-27 Waukee. 65 seconds remaining here in the third quarter from Wells Fargo Arena as we broadcast high atop the 4th floor. Now corner 3 on the right side by Bartholomew is no good. Fight for the rebound, and Wishman came away with it, or rather Tobias came away with it, and offensive or loose ball foul.
Yeah, such a physical. Waukee's been so physical. Right there, Tobias snatched the rebound and then had it taken right from her. Thankfully, the foul was called.
Peyton Kelderman with her 3rd foul, team foul number 5 on Waukee. Dowling yet to commit a foul here in this third quarter. Pressure by Waukee. Lauren Frericks in there in the final minutes. Now a three-pointer in the corner. It's no good by Tobias. And a loose ball foul after the rebound. McVeigh tried to get in there, but she committed the foul. And Ella, that'll be her second.
Maroons have done a little bit better job against that pressure lately by bringing Bowles up to the top of the key area to relieve that pressure. And that time she found Tobias on the baseline for an open jumper.
51-27 Waukee. 34 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Winner moves on to Thursday morning at 10 o'clock in the semifinals in Class 5A. They'll take on the winner of the next game between Southeast Polk, the 4 seed, and Ankeny Centennial, the 5 seed. That'll be a tremendous matchup. Another CIML rematch. 15 seconds remaining. Waukee kind of holding the ball. They're trying to get into the hands of Katie Dinnebeer. And now we got a whistle and a foul at half court. Good job by Julia Moore. She was scrappy. She tried to deny the pass by Ernie. She committed the foul.
Yeah, nice job by Julia. Dinnebeer was trying to get open to get that ball back for the final play of the third quarter. Although Julia was called for the foul, good toughness preventing that play from happening.
Julia Moore with her third foul. She's got to be careful here with 5 seconds remaining. Warriors with the basketball down the lane. A shot no good by Dinnebeer. Rebound Dowling, and Maroons throw it in the front court. And we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. The Waukee Warriors 51, Dowling Catholic 27. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio and Dowling Catholic Sports is provided in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic. With 2 licensed optometrists, Barbara Sheets, a Dowling graduate, and Dr. Craig Harper, the Ashworth Vision Clinic team provides complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. Ashworth Vision Clinic is located at 60th and Ashworth in West Des Moines. 515-440-4610 or online, ashworthvision.com. What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. The Class 5A Girls State Basketball Tournament as we interrupt programming here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, our studio producer Jimmy Olson, and Deacon Tony Valdez waiting in the wings. We appreciate all the work they do back there. And state tournament basketball, final quarter, Dowling outscoring Waukee in that third quarter, Steve, 13-10, but they had a big deficit to make up, and they just put a small dent into it.
Yeah, no, in the fourth quarter here, it's going to be interesting to see how long the Waukee Warriors will keep those starters in, because they're going to have another important ball game coming up in a couple of days here. They might try to get their kids some rest.
All right, here is Dowling with the basketball. Bowles had it, lost it, got it to McVeigh, and now Gipple for 3, top of the key, and it's good. Emma Gipple with her first field goal of the morning, and she now has 6 points.
Yeah, kind of a busted play there, loose ball situation that ended up in her hands right beyond the three-point arc, and she didn't have anybody guarding her and let it fly.
Yeah, busted play indeed, but Maroons came out with a 3, 51-30. Waukee with the lead, underway here in the fourth quarter. Again, the winner will play the winner, Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial. That game will be coming up after this one is over. Now in the lane, here's Ernie, jump stops, and now kicks it back out. This is Peyton Kelderman with it. She'll launch the 3 right wing. It's no good. Rebounded by Lindsey Kelderman, and she drew the foul. So Waukee will take the ball out of bounds. Gipple picks up the foul, her second. Team foul number 3 on Dowling here in the fourth quarter. Warriors inbounds underneath their own basket.
Maroons will need a lot of stops here, but they've cut the deficit here. We were talking earlier about 35-point running clock when Waukee was up by 30. Now Waukee's up by just 21, and Maroons have the ball again.
Ernie for 3, and it's no good. Dowling with the rebound after the miss. Tobias in the front court.
Maroons will have to go quick now with this much deficit.
Now they get it to Gipple. Now foul on Waukee. They've been overplaying every passing lane. And
yeah, if you're Waukee, you don't want the Maroons to get back in the ball game with the clock stopped. That's their 6th team foul of the second half. They're going to have to be careful as not to get the Maroons into the bonus.
And now Dowling will shoot the 3. It's no good by McVeigh. And
that was Caitlin Clark territory there.
Yes, it was. Rebound out to Waukee. And now the Warriors have it, and they're in the front court. In the lane, shot with the left hand, blocked by Gipple, out of bounds. That was Lindsay Kelderman with the shot that was blocked.
Good help defense there by Emma Gipple.
And the Warriors keep the basketball, leading 51-30. And now we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play, and we've got a loose ball foul, an illegal screen on the Warriors.
That's their 7th, but that's a player control, so no shooting there. But the Maroons will be shooting here going forward.
Bartholomew picks up the foul for Waukee, her 2nd, team foul number 7, and it's player control, but the Maroons are in the bonus now. Diagonal pass is Dowling breaking the press. Julia Moore kicks over in the corner to McVeigh, and it goes out of bounds off of Waukee. Good hustle that time by the Warriors and Peyton Kelderman.
Yeah, Peyton anticipated that dribble drive kick, and she was right, and she just couldn't quite get to it.
Maroons will inbound the ball as McVeigh gets it into Gipple, and it's stolen away by Waukee. So
goodness sakes.
Another break, another tough break for the Warriors.
Ball pressures hurt the Maroons all day, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Now Waukee in the front court. Here's Bartholomew with it. She kicks it back out. Ball slapped away and loose on the floor, and a foul on Dowling, I believe. Officials kind of huddling up. Now they're going to talk this over. They may change his mind here.
It was a collision.
Foul's going to be on McVeigh.
Okay.
Of Dowling.
Good hustle there by the Maroons, I'll tell you. Never quit. You know, they had 14 turnovers at halftime, Mark. They just have, I guess they have 5 in the second half, so they've cut that down a little bit. But, boy, right. Dinnebeer with a couple push-offs on Julia. She's becoming frustrated by Julia Moore's ball pressure.
And Dinnebeer launches a 3. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Gipple. Here's McVeigh with it. She has the ball tipped out of her hands, out of bounds, but it'll be.
All day the Maroons have been dribbling in traffic without their heads up, and there's just a double team coming every single time by the Warriors.
That was a good hustle by Reagan Bartholomew, who forced the turnover. Now they lob it in. This is Bowles with it. Lexi looks to shoot, right elbow, passes underneath the Gipple, a little high-low on the left block. Emma can't get a shot off. Now leaves it for Bowles. Bowles in the lane, and she loses out of bounds right off her leg.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Tough break for the Maroons.
Yeah, Waukee has been a couple different times. They've been clapping sort of in the Maroons' faces there.
Dowling with full court pressure, but dribbling across the timeline is Megan Ernie, and she'll hand it off.
Julia Moore's frustrating Dinnebeer for sure.
Yeah, and now
there's a push off there by Dinnebeer. They called it that time.
They finally got it.
Yep.
You're right. Dinnebeer.
They might have called that on the dribbler. Yeah, they did. Is that Bartholomew?
They're going to call it on Ernie.
Ernie, I'm sorry. But at the same time, Julia's done a nice job. You hate to see that Division I player showing that frustration. She'll have to get over that at the next level.
So that's the 8th team foul on Waukee. Player control. There's non-shooting. As in the lane is Gipple, and she draws the foul.
Looks like Gipple will be shooting here, the bonus. I'm a little surprised the Warriors haven't
Kelderman with the foul.
Taken their foot off the gas, Mark, and played some kids that haven't gotten in yet. There's still 5 minutes to go in the ball game, but with this big of a lead, you might want to rest your starters and let them have a chance for the next ball game.
Front end of a 1-and-1. The free throw is no good. And we've got a tie-up between Waukee and Dowling. It'll be Waukee basketball. Yeah, but I don't think Coach Guess is quite happy how his team is finishing.
Yeah.
Plus the fact, you got to remember, Steve, Waukee, this is only their 12th game of the season.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Normally
Mark.
We'd be halfway through a season with 12 games.
That's right. 21 regular season and then 2 more in the playoffs. This should be their 24th. So
right.
That's a good point that you raised.
And I think he's just trying to get his kids some work.
Yeah.
Especially used to the long court. Now, the downside is you don't want to get anybody injured.
Yeah.
And I think you will see some minutes here by some of the others. Waukee with the ball, Dinnebeer with it. And they got an offensive foul on the dribble drive by Waukee, I believe, before the pass. They're going to get Katie Dennebeer on the charge.
She kicked to the corner, but Emma Gipple stepped in there. I don't think Coach Guess is crazy about the call, but excellent play by Gipple to draw the charge.
That's off the Maroons that time, drawing that charge.
Heads up behind you there.
And Dowling now in the front court. Here's McVeigh with it. It's McVeigh, Gipple, and Julia Moore, the three guards. And Lexi Bowles also in there for Dowling, Margaret Tobias. And now the Maroons attack the glass and draw the foul.
I think that's her fifth.
Oh, check that. They're going to call it on
Yeah,
Moore.
that was a charge, Mark. And that's her fifth foul. She's been disqualified, Julia has.
So she will foul out with 2 points.
I don't think she realizes it quite yet, but here comes Wishman for her.
With 4:26 remaining here in the fourth quarter, Julia Moore fouls out for Dowling Catholic. We'll see her next year, the 5'6" sophomore. Her and her twin sister Sarah. Julia the lefty, Sarah the righty.
Yeah, good effort by her today. She really went toe-to-toe in the second half with Dennebeer.
And Chris Guess and the Waukee Warriors dribble to half court, and they take a timeout where officials are trying to figure out if they want a full or 30. And it'll be a 30. We'll keep it here. Mark Hamadale, Steve Deviney. Our score 51-30. Waukee with the lead over Dowling Catholic, and we have 4:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. I want to recognize our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include CTO Iowa, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. And a reminder, you can pledge your support for Iowa Catholic Radio with a tax-deductible gift today. You can go online, log online at iowacatholicradio.com and pledge your tax-deductible gift. We are listener-supported. You can also call the station during business hours, and are open right now, 515-223-1150 here in the greater Des Moines area. We appreciate your support and appreciate everybody that donated last week during the Care-a-thon for Iowa Catholic Radio.
Mark, I was out of town last week, as you know, but
I
when I get back to the office, I'm going to get online and make my contribution.
Well, thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
That is the Grandview Hall of Famer, folks, Mr. Steve Deviney.
Hey, silver lining here, Mark. In the second half, the Maroons have outscored Waukee 16-10. It's amazing. Waukee only has 10 points here in the second half. And I know they had a huge lead, but it just speaks to Dowling's character of not quitting and continuing to play hard.
And I am so sorry. That is why Chris Guess has his starters in there. They have not scored. They have not performed.
Yeah.
But Dowling had a big hill to overcome, trailing at the first half, 41-14.
Block shot there by McVeigh, and here come the Maroons.
You're right. Waukee has just had 10 points here in the second half, so you may not see a whole lot of substitutions. Coach Guess probably not very happy with that. Here's McVeigh for three, and it's no good. And we're going to have a jump ball between Bowles and Ernie on a tie-up.
Dowling Catholic.
And it'll be alternate possession, Dowling. 51-30 is our score. Waukee with the lead. They're the number one team in Class 5A. Dowling the 9th-ranked team in 5A, but they are the 8th-seeded team here. Maroons inbound the ball. Corner three, no good by Tobias. And the rebound out to Waukee and Megan Ernie. Warriors in transition. They lob it in the front court. Here's Ernie with it. Back inside to Dennebeer. Dribbles in the lane and draws the foul. And she'll have 2 free throws for Katie Dennebeer, the Drake University recruit.
Yeah, from our angle, Mark, it looked like Bowles maybe had all ball, but a little bit of body contact down below, and so Dennebeer will get 2 attempts.
And the first one is no good. Reminder, tomorrow night we'll have boys sub-state basketball on Iowa Catholic Radio, as Dennebeer with 19 points this morning. Second free throw good, make it 20. It'll be Dowling and Valley tomorrow night. We'll be at the Dallas Center Grimes Gym. It's a neutral site for the boys sub-state final. Dowling and Valley for the second time. The Maroons won the first meeting. And this one, the winner goes to the boys state basketball tournament next week. Dowling in the front court has it stolen away by Waukee. Here's Lindsey Kelderman with it. Top of the key to Dennebeer. Katie drives, kicks it back out. A long three coming for Reagan Bartholomew. It's no good. Rebound, Lindsey Kelderman. And now another three coming from the right side, and that's good. That's Dennebeer. Dennebeer with her 23rd point of the morning. And that is her third three today. 55-30, Waukee by 25. Dowling in the front court. Largest lead for Waukee unofficially has been 30. Here is Inside Bowles, and her basket is good. Lexi with 13 points this morning.
Right-hand dribble, reverse back to her strong side, and easy basket.
Bowles with 13 points, and now a long three, up and good.
2 minutes to go, Mark. Time for both teams to empty their bench, in my opinion. This ball game's been decided. It's a 25-point deficit.
Ernie with her, I call that a 2-point basket for Ernie, her 8th point. Now whistle.
Silly foul by
the
by the Waukee Warriors. Beyond the 3-point line, 2 minutes to go, up 25. So Ella will get 3 attempts.
Bartholomew with her 3rd foul. Waukee well over the 10-foul double bonus. And I think Coach Guess is talking about who they're going to put in. McVeigh goes to the free throw line. First one is good. Ella playing her final game of her basketball career. Has 4 points this morning.
6 seniors for the Maroons.
Second free throw on its way, no good, and she'll get the 3rd. She was fouled beyond the arc.
In and out, no good there.
57-33 Waukee. 2:10 remaining here in the 4th quarter from Wells Fargo Arena. And the 3rd free throw is good, so she goes 2 out of 3. She now has 5 points, does Ella McVeigh. 57-34 Waukee as we approach the 2-minute mark. Our thanks to CTO Iowa, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny here at high atop Wells Fargo Arena here on the 4th floor. Joe Stacy territory where he calls the Barnstormer games. Here's Dennebeer with it. Leaves it for Peyton Kelderman for 3, and it's good. Kelderman hits the 3 from the top of the key after dribble penetration.
Looks like here comes some subs finally for the Maroons and the Warriors.
15 points for Kelderman.
Somebody needs to call a timeout and stop this clock.
Yeah, we might have a substitution timeout coming.
Hope so. Get those kids on the floor.
If not, Coach Guess has plenty left. Waukee with the basketball. This is Ernie with it. They go around the perimeter. Looking for a shot. Here's Peyton Kelderman. Dribble drives. Can't get the shot off. Minute 10 remaining. Here's Bartholomew in the baseline. Now a three-pointer up and no good. And the rebound, Bartholomew, and they're going to call a timeout. Waukee will. This will be a substitution timeout. 10 new players coming in. It's 60-34. Waukee over Dowling with just over a minute left to play. And for Dowling's 6 seniors, Steve, this will be their final contest. Ella McVeigh, Margaret Tobias, Maddie Wishman, and Lexi Bowles, 4 of their 5 starters, have played their final game. Olivia Bailey and Paige Hobbs, the other 2 seniors. And Hobbs is in there right now.
As is Bailey, Allie Anderson,
Sarah
Moore. And the final one is, did we say Allie Anderson?
Yep.
Oh, the other one is Olivia Spracklin.
Waukee with the basketball. And they have Abigail Jones in there, along with Lily Lampy. There's Jones, feeds it inside to Sadie Moss. Her shot no good. Rebound Dowling and Paige Hobbs. Outlet pass goes to Olivia Spracklin. There's Allie Anderson with it. Dribble handoff goes to Sarah Moore. Back to Anderson in the lane. 20 seconds remaining. Anderson will launch the 3 from the G-League stripe, and it's good.
Nice job.
How about that? Allie Anderson for 3 and a timeout.
2 more subs for Waukee to get their bench completely emptied.
Now checking in for the Warriors.
And 24 of Megan Lons.
Is Natalie Gallagher, number 44. She has the ball right now. 10 seconds remaining. 60-37. Waukee will move on to the semifinals on Thursday. This is Megan Lance with it. Out to Lampy. She'll launch the 3. They'll wave it off. And our final is Waukee 60. Dowling Catholic 37. So the Maroon season comes to an end here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Socially distanced and everything.
That's too bad. Yeah, the players can't shake hands after the game.
No, they can't.
They'll have a ceremony here, Mark, acknowledging the Maroons' participation in the state tournament before the players leave the floor. That's about to happen.
So Dowling had won 8 of 12 coming in here, and they'll drop this one. So Maroons conclude their season with a record of 11-7 in Class 5A in the CIML Conference. Waukee improves their record to 11-1. And they'll move on to play the winner of the next game between Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial. And that game is slated to start in an hour, Steve. So it's just after 10 o'clock here, Central Time, here in Des Moines. Look at that Tom Donahue out there by the three-point line, ready to. He was my color guy a week ago, and now he's on the floor, and we're up here. Something happened.
The guy wears a lot of hats. He's the JV coach. He's the team photographer. He helped you out on radio for 2 ball games last week to get the Maroons to the state tournament.
I forgot to tell you this in the during the sub-state, during the regional. Boys have sub-state, the girls have regionals. The regional semifinal with Marr. Tom gave his camera to a couple of the kids. Don't you think after the game there was a search for that camera?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, he was, and I said, Coach, because he wears so many hats.
Yep.
And that's not a everyday you and I camera, that we have.
No. That's not an iPhone camera.
I'm glad you said that. Final score, Waukee Warriors 60, Dowling Catholic 37, along with Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. We're going to send it back to the studio, and we'll come back with our post-game show high atop the Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines, Iowa. Congratulations to Waukee. As the Warriors win it, they improve to a record of 11-1, and they'll face either Southeast Polk or Ankeny Centennial. Those two teams meet next, but for now, we'll come back with a post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel. Listen online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Thank you, construction professionals, for underwriting our show, Man Up, heard Mondays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Construction professionals have been long supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, and we've seen their work. It's beautiful.
They do remodeling or new construction that is innovative, functional, and designing what you want. It's a family business built on a strong foundation to create a new or remodeled home that is uniquely yours.
CPCustomHomes.com. From our family to yours, God bless. Thank you, construction professionals.
Thank you, Dental Associates, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365. With over 40 years' experience, Dental Associates is a group dental practice with the mission of promoting optimum health and well-being to all patients, providing preventative, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry for the entire family. Message underwritten by Dr. Kenton Gleichman, Dr. Steve Karbaka, and Dr. Ben Nagel. Dental Associates, addressing your smile, needs, and dreams. Online at DesMoines-DentalAssociates.com.
And we're rocking away here at Wells Fargo Arena. The music played between games here in the arena. Mark Amadale alongside Steve DeVinny. Glad folks could join us this morning as we preempted programming on Iowa Catholic Radio. And the Dowling girls season comes to an end with the Waukee Warriors a 60-37 win over the Maroons. As you mentioned, Steve DeVinny, second half, Dowling did a nice job of, kind of holding Waukee to 10 points. We were midway through that fourth quarter, but they gave up 41 in the first half, and the Warriors had that 41-14 lead, even though Dowling outscored them in the second half. Too late for the Maroons to try and overcome.
Yeah, no, give Waukee credit. They came out with a lot more tournament experience than the Maroons had, and a chip on their shoulder from getting second place last year. They appear to be on a mission, and we'll find out because the field is loaded with lots of other good teams, but they survived the test today, the number 1 seed against the Maroons. Give the Maroons credit for not quitting in the second half, and that was a gutsy performance. But the better team won today, and sometimes in sports that happens, and the Maroons have had a wonderful season. We've talked about that numerous times, about how the fact that they lost Caitlin Clark, her supporting cast last year. They lost 85-90% of the scoring from a year ago, and to come back and play the way they did and finish in the top 10 and get to the state tournament.
We forget that Grace Gaber, Nai Tong, Meg Simplot, and Caitlin Clark all graduated, so you had to fill that void. Go ahead. Steve,
no. The point that you made is that's right. Thanks for mentioning the other 3 kids that left that team, because all those kids contributed, and Maroons didn't have a lot of experience coming back this year, and expectations probably weren't super high. And the fact that they ended up down here at the Well in the state tournament, which was something that last year's team couldn't do with all the star power, and tremendous season. It's never very fun when it ends like this, and the halftime deficit, as you mentioned, 41-14, was just impossible to overcome. But you gave the names earlier. I'll say them one more time. Ella McVeigh, Margaret Tobias, Maddie Wishman, Olivia Bailey, Lexi Bowles, and Paige Hobbs, the 6 seniors. And this hurts them the most. You know, they don't have any more opportunities. The coaching staff and the younger kids get to come back next year and try it again. But it's been a pleasure to watch these 6 seniors all year, and they've given the team great leadership, and it's been a heck of a season.
Yeah, it certainly has, Steve. And let's run down the scoring here first for Dowling as they close out their season with a record of 11-7, as the Waukee Warriors a winner this morning, 60-37. Dowling outscoring Waukee 23-19 in the second half. But be mindful, the Maroons trailed 20-7 at the end of the first half, and Waukee outscored Dowling 21-7 in that second quarter. Maroons trailed 41-14 at halftime and outscored the Warriors in the second half, but too little, too late. For Dowling Catholic, Maroons were led by one player in double figures, and that was Lexi Bowles with 13 points. She was followed by Margaret Tobias with 8 points, 6 points for Emma Gipple, and 5 points for Ella McVeigh. And off the bench, Julia Moore with 2 points. She fouled out with 4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And Allie Anderson hit a three-pointer right before in the final seconds to round out scoring for Dowling. The Maroons went 7 of 10 at the free throw line this morning. For the Waukee Warriors, they had 2 players in double figures, led by Katie Dennebeer, the Drake University recruit, with 23 points. And she's also a senior. I mentioned all the seniors. Peyton Kelderman, two of four seniors on this Waukee team. Kelderman finishing with 15 points. Her twin sister, Lindsay Kelderman, also a senior, finishing with 6 points. Megan Ernie, another Waukee senior, finishing with 8 points, and 7 points for Reagan Bartholomew, who's a junior. Warriors went 3 of 4 at the free throw line. And Steve DeVinny, we got some other numbers.
Yep.
Coming up here, we'll get the good old iPad all fired up for you as we got some of the numbers between Waukee and Dowling as far as other statistics.
Yeah, field goal percentage, you know, it's amazing. Dowling climbed back into it, shot better in the second half, 41% for the game. Waukee, which beyond the arc in the first half was 56%. They finished at 46%, which is still an outstanding 13 for 28 beyond the three-point line, but only 43% for the ball game overall. So the Maroons did play a lot better in the second half, but the turnover margin is a killer, 22 for the Maroons, only 9 for Waukee. And the rebound totals, Dowling had 23, Waukee had 24. You had the point totals for the Maroons. Lexi had 6 rebounds, Emma Gipple had 5, Ella McVeigh had 4. And for Waukee, they were led by number 34, Megan Ernie, with 5 rebounds, and number 10, Dennebeer, also had 5. Dennebeer today had 7 assists, which led to her ball club. And for the Maroons, you know, we had trouble getting assists because of the ball pressure. McVeigh and Gipple each had 2. But I think the Maroons officially only had 6 assists for the ball game. And so, like I say, just one of those nights, one of those mornings, I should say. The best team did win today, but Maroons with the valiant effort in the second half to try to get back into it.
No question about it. Now for Waukee, they will face the winner of the game coming up next. Of course, the auditorium's cleared out now. They do the sanitization, and then they'll bring the fans and teams in. Waukee advances, and they'll meet the winner of Southeast Polk and Yankee Centennial. That'll tip off right on time at 11 o'clock here at Wells Fargo Arena. That's the top bracket. The bottom bracket later on this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Number 2 seed Johnston takes on number 7 seed Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls, a team that knocked out the Valley Tigers on last Tuesday in the regional final. And then the late game in Class 5A, number 3 seed Waterloo West taking on number 6 seed Iowa City West. And that'll be the 3 o'clock game this afternoon. The winners all meet on Thursday morning in Class 5A. So that's a look at the girls' state 5A state tournament brackets. Later on tonight will be the 3A state tournament with the Davenport Assumption, the 8 seed, taking on number 1 seed Cherokee at 5 o'clock. That could be interesting because Assumption plays all those big 5A schools in eastern Iowa, and they're the 8th seed taking on Cherokee, who I believe is undefeated, and they are at 22-0. That might be one to watch on the stream that Pete Tarpey and the guys are doing for the Girls Union. That might be one to kind of tune in and see how Davenport Assumption Knights fare there.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a different world. I saw my father-in-law last night, Coach Shartner, used to coach over at Lincoln High School, and he said it's a kind of a bummer. He would always come down even after he retired and watch the full day of Class 5A to see who the ball players were and how the teams looked. And with COVID, we have one more year, hopefully no more than that, of limited in-person attendance. And like you say, the ball games are spread out a little bit further to get the crowd from the previous game out of the facility and the new crowd in. But we'll get back to normal here one of these days. There's so many talented kids and so many talented teams down here. It's just a blast to be able to come out and watch basketball.
Steve, I appreciate your help all season long. Of course, you stepped in. I know we're in the Joe Stacy press box up here at Wells Fargo Arena. I think he's got his name monogrammed somewhere. You know,
if not, he had a little knife and he carved his name in the side of the.
Well, the sponsors, it might be, you know, this is the Joe Stacy press box, sponsored by Fairway, is I think where we're at here. We're in the meat department aisle right now up here, but I want to thank you and for all you do behind the scenes. I know you're one of the coaches for the little kids program at Dowling, the feeder program for the Maroons, and you're just like Tom Donahue, except Tom coaches sophomore JV1 girls basketball. You're in the same boat, and appreciate all your hard work behind the scenes and helping us out here in Iowa Catholic Radio all season long.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to be able to get out and stay involved a little bit and see the up-and-coming kids, and that's why we do the 8th grade boys program as well. Coach O'Connor decided not to do that program this year because of COVID, which is probably a good decision, so we had the year off. But as I say, it's a pleasure being with you. You're the glue. You've been doing this for close to 40 years and bringing these games to the people who can't be here in person, and you're the voice of the Maroons.
Well, I have a great avenue, and that is the avenue I've been down is Iowa Catholic Radio, and a lot of people have turned to that avenue, especially here in the last few weeks with our Carathon, and I urge people to pledge their donations to Iowa Catholic Radio. We're listener supported. It's tax deductible. I have done that, and know, Steve, you will do that. IowaCatholicRadio.com. It's a safe and secure. You can also call the station if you have any other questions, 515-223-1150. We thank them. So that has been my avenue, has been Iowa Catholic Radio. I've been blessed by them to provide some of the noise you hear. That's me here on the radio. But we've had a lot of fun. Our thanks to Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls basketball coach, Joel Danner, Scott Babinett, Audrey Faber. They've all been on the radio during our post-game or pre-game throughout the season. And then our thanks to Emma Gipple and Ella McVeigh last week in Cedar Rapids for being on our post-game show. That is the avenue. Steve, some of those young men you were just talking about coaching back in the 7th and 8th grade days, they play tomorrow for a state tournament berth, and that'll be our next broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling Valley at Dallas Center Grimes High School. Tickets are purchased online, folks, so you've got to figure out a way to do that. And the tip-off is 7 o'clock at DCG High School. How about that? Tuesday night, boys sub-state final.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I look forward to going and see if I can get a ticket online and getting over there. And good luck to Coach O'Connor, his staff, and his team, and see if they can get back to the state tournament. If they get in, Mark, that'll be the 3rd year in a row for the Maroon boys, and that's got to be a Dowling school record, I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it might be a Dowling school record, but the guy you see down there, Scott DeYoung, and the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, he's got the top defense in Class 5A, and we just saw one of them, Waukee Warriors. This is going to be a great 5A matchup. It'll be Waukee advancing as they defeated Dowling by the score of 60-37, and Maroons come to a close. Steve, that'll wrap up our broadcast this morning. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Great to be with you, and sorry for the outcome, but it's been a great year for the girls.
It certainly has, and that'll wrap up our broadcast today. I want to thank Tony Valdez, Jimmy Olson back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios for producing. We'll resume regular programming here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And, of course, we want to thank Dowling Athletic Director Tom Wilson and all the folks behind the scenes at Dowling, Colleen Webb, Michael Connor, all those folks. And, of course, Carolyn Birch will be our halftime guest tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the annual bash on Buffalo Road. It'll be online, and Carolyn will be our halftime guest tomorrow at Dallas Center Grimes. So you want to tune in for that and get more information. And, again, thanks to our business underwriters, supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, for all their support in our 44th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic High School sports. Also thanks to the Waukee folks, Jim Dewey, their athletic director, Waukee head girls basketball coach Chris Guess. This is their final year as one school. They'll break off to two schools this coming fall, and it'll be Northwest Waukee and Waukee High School. So thanks to all their hard work. Our thanks to Kristen Meyer and, of course, the folks at Dowling and her assistant coaches. And, again, our next broadcast tomorrow night. So join us here on Iowa Catholic Radio, Dowling and Valley from Dallas Center Grimes High School. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. Mike Swayman and I will be on the air at 6:45 with the pregame, so join us for that. And, again, the final score for the final time this morning, it was Waukee 60, Dowling Catholic 37. For Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll resume regular programming and have a safe and blessed faith-filled day.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School basketball is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, and Mercy One. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.